This is the Me Personally podcast. Today, we got a special guest. Before I go any further, I want you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Bing! Because you want to be notified.
For sure.
You got to be notified. But without further ado, this is the Me Personally podcast where if I say something wrong, I can't. And if I did, I did. But in the meantime, I got somebody so vibrant. It's been a long time. I've been knowing him. For the people that don't know him, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
I mean, if you don't know Jack, visit comeseejack.com. I am Jack in the fancy hat. I'd rather sell 1 million cars than 1 million records. Me personally, it's Dodge Boys. It's more par, no car, baby. Unless you really need a car, man. We got cars out here. Unless you really need a car, I got you. But it's more par, no car. Shout out to the Dodge Boys. We can't be beat. If we don't dodge them, we round them. Join the wave is a Jeep thing. And we out here, man.
Period. You hear me? Period. Man, I appreciate having you too, man.
Hey,
it's been a long time.
It's a journey, man.
For the people out there that don't know, right? I've been knowing, bro, for a minute. Like I done left, came back, bro, still holding it down. But I want to know. This one I gotta know first, right? Before we go anything, right? You got a beautiful family, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I start off asking where people from.
Yeah.
About me having a daughter. They got a beautiful family, man.
Hey,
I gotta tell you that, man.
Appreciate that, man.
All girls?
All girls,
no
man.
Boys.
No boys. Players curse. So, you know, y'all young men out there, man, I'm telling y'all, man, hey, the decisions that y'all make young, man, you get the results at the end, man. I was playing, I was fooling with the ladies as a young man, and now the ladies love Jack. So I gotta treat my young women on how to become ladies instead of being out there skeezers or out here in the streets. So gotta prevent that from happening.
So we about to get right into it, right?
Yeah.
Where you originally from, bro?
Well, I was born in Georgia. I was born in Middle Georgia, or South Atlanta, you could say that. But I was raised in California. So my dad was in the military. He for some odd reason, left Macon, Georgia. Got into the military. He didn't pass none of his. It just wasn't working. But God just let him get into the military. Moved him out San Diego. So he got married to my mom when they was in high school. He went out. And I was raised in California. I was 1 year old. They shipped me to Cali. And then my dad got out the military. He met a woman from Dayton. And she's from up here. So he moved up here in '92.
So you the first of the first, or was more kids?
I'm the first son, the firstborn. I'm his only son, his first son. But I got sisters. He got a daughter, and my mom got kids.
They still pops and moms still?
Pops, no, they not still together.
Okay, they still alive though?
They still alive.
So that's how the pops and moms, man, making a great man, man. So that's how the pops and moms. So when you came to Ohio, like, what was your drive for us, like when you first got here? I ain't saying for us, you know what I'm talking about, when you started developing Jackie. Man,
so before I came out of, so I was in Atlanta making some noise, doing music.
So before you got Ohio, you was already on your music label.
Oh yeah,
okay. So
I was been like, I could talk a little bit back. So I'm gonna say like 06.
Okay.
I used to come up here and do shows. I had a song called Hokey Pokey. A lot of people don't know that about me. I ain't even gonna get into that because y'all gonna try to look at my background. But I had a song. I used to come up here and get paid $2,500 a show because the song was hit. And it didn't go out. You know, I had a situation with Atlantic Records. I was signed to Raheem the Dream. The same dude who did the left, right, left, help with the white t-shirt. And I was signed to them. It just didn't go the way it's planned. They called and said we offered them this much, but I had to go straight to Atlantic. I couldn't sign nobody else. I got to go straight to them and do a development deal. But the situation where it's like you got to show the numbers, the labels. If you're gonna sell records, you got to show results. And they was willing to cut me a check without the results, but we wanted a bigger check. So they wanted the results, and I guess the team I was with, they didn't want to put the effort in to show the results. So I was kind of like delayed. And what we were doing, we had like record pools, we had like open mics, we was doing all this other stuff that was making us legitimate money. So they was like, man, I'm just gonna focus on this. And then I kind of put on the wayside, but all the information that I knew, I was helping people develop. So there's people that I know in the game that made bands, and before I came up here, I was just trying to figure out, how am I hanging around all these people who I helped or contribute?
So that explains when we met, because I was in the music.
Right.
Like you was giving me, like bro was giving me real game, like for free.
Super
it was just like we was building on the game.
Yeah, so that was back then, right before I started hosting that Sucker Free Sundays. So I was doing Sucker Free Sundays with shout out to DJ Major, RU Major, he in Atlanta now. Was DJ We had DJ Beans. We had J-Do was up there. DJ Nelly D before Nelly D was Nelly D. Nelly D.
Man, that's my baby. Shouts out to Nelly D and DJ Smooth.
Man, DJ Smooth. All of them at, Powerhouse. DJ Powerhouse. He was up, he was around then. They was street runners, but then when I got on and started collabing, we was like Sucker Free, and then we was like Sucker Free members only. And
When you came here, like I remember when I met you, but I remember because like I was just now starting with music, but you was one person that stood out amongst everybody because your background. I remember you said the Atlanta background, but like you gave me jewels on how to move because you was like, bro, music hard. Oh, like, bro, move around with it.
You got to move around, collab. Especially, then you gotta have like a record that people gonna know you for, like an initial record. Like you can be a rapper and you can have all these banging records, but like somebody gotta know like what song is associated with you. So I always tell somebody like, get you a song that you like to perform that people like.
I ain't never heard it that way though.
Yeah,
I ain't never get
like you gotta become like buzzworthy. You know what I mean? You gotta get a buzz.
That makes sense though.
Instead of just doing like selling your soul out here, because people. Right now the game's so messed up, like they don't care about your music. They care, it's a popularity thing right now. But the real coming back is just, it's like you just gotta figure out where your fan base is.
So when you got to Ohio in that time frame, like what was like especially coming from Atlanta, that's
man, I was really just, cause I was hanging around the wrong folks, bro. I was like, we was mobbing, bro, and I was just like, the people I was hanging around, they wanted to make a name for themselves, but the name that we was making was just not the name that we needed for the future. You know what I'm saying? I was going through this, trying to be a man, but doing little boy activity. Want to be a man, but still hanging around grown boys. And I just had to separate myself. I dropped everything. I left Atlanta. Everybody thought I died, because I just left. When Pops called me, it was like, something told me to call you. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I was just
changed your surroundings because you felt it. You came here, but this ain't like no disrespect to Ohio, especially in that era. We was really gravitating towards Atlanta.
Man, this fun thing about Ohio is like, it's straight. It's the jungle. It's the trend. It's the That's why I loved it back, because this has always been like my second home. I went to North College Hill and I went to Gamble in like '98. So I can tell you my little A. So I know I did I was fooling out here, South Fairmount, English Dub, all that. So I already knew. But when I came up here, I just knew like the like it ain't a lot of fake flaw up here. It's what they call it up here, scat. Yeah, like you
very
can, you can. It's very like it's cut and dry. It's like it's not no.
It ain't no in between.
Ain't no in betweens either. Like you know some shit going on, or you just know it's some real. It's genuine. But most of all, man, up here it's just been real player. It's just been real. You know, it wasn't too much banging going on. But you know, everybody gonna have they set from
coming from Atlanta. It was gang
Atlanta, or right. You know. But now, even with now, it's just what they trying to put up on us, and I had to leave out that situation. And I came up here and I was like, I know people from when I was a kid, but I can kind of relax. But my dad was up here, and I just really needed to bond with my dad. It wasn't even about the streets no more or none of that. It was just more me just like having that second opportunity with my pops. Me and my pops, I already knew he always had love for me, but he was just never around, like never present. But like I knew he was here, so I was just like, when he called me, I was like, maybe this is just my chance to come up here. But when I came up here and I started looking for a job, a job. I wanted to get a job out there. You know what I mean? And I got a job quick.
Speaking of your pops, right, but doing great, people don't know this, right? Like, 'cause a lot of black men, right, they don't give credit to their dad.
Oh, man.
They always give it to their mom.
Oh, man.
I remember the break, something stood out. Because, like, you, like, your energy and your presence, right? You are, a person gonna know that's Jackie. You ain't gotta be like, who is that? But when you said something about that hat, man, I want you to please tell people about that. That's dope.
So, like, so 2018, like I said, I lost my job, and then I was getting into the car industry. Less than 24 hours from me losing my job, I got an interview to become a car salesman. And when I became a car salesman, my dad was like, man, I don't know about you being a car sales, because those people were slick talking, and you know, it was just all that, you know, stereotyping of a person. But I was like, I got the gift of gab, Pop, I can do it. But he said, before you get into that, aka white man's world, you need to make sure that you're well respected. So you got to present yourself a certain way. And he started giving me derbies, hats. He was like, man, put a couple of these on, man, see how you looking. And then he told me, he said, in order for you to be respected, you got to be what they can't be. So, you know, we got some suits. Got me 3 suits. Like every man should get a blue suit, a gray suit, and a black suit. Those are the 3 suits I got, 3 pieces, and I got me a couple fedoras, man. And then when I put them on, I just knew from there it was up. Like I walk through the door, they greet me, say sir. It's all respect. It's all, they always
like, man, what? Like, no lie, right?
like,
that's so powerful, bro. Like,
yeah, my dad didn't have a lot of money, and then he just gave me game.
He gave you game. Worth more than money, though.
More than any. We don't come from nothing, so all he can do is just tell me what worked for him and what can work for me.
So basically what he's saying is, right, like, young black men out there, right, that's growing up fatherless and all that. Like, I'm quite sure a lot of y'all done got game, free game from y'all dad, mom. But the game, this is what I take from it, right? You gotta be a man of many hats in this white world.
Yeah.
And bro knew how to adjust.
Got to adjust, man, because I mean, we are what our ancestors dreamed about, man. This is the fighting era, so we gotta still, only person I really want to make proud is our pops anyway. And a lot of us keep saying that we don't know our daddy, man. Our daddy's been around, they just been doing daddy stuff. I get why my dad do the certain things he did, because I'm a grown man now. These women can get you, man. And they'll do some things to you and make the daddy trip. And I, as a man, I totally understood it. And I respect it now. So any young dudes out there, if y'all even got your daddy number, you haven't talked to him, just call him up. Just call him. Just call him, because you act like him, you talk like him, you do things just like him that you say, I'll never be like him. Just call him, man. Just call him, man, and try to reconnect that. Because, I mean, he don't owe you nothing, though, because he bust one for you.
That's dope, bro. Like, that's dope because, like, not to put my, it's personally, me personally, but like, I've been going through that with my pops, where it's like, bro, you ain't did nothing for me, man. It was a grudge that I had for so long, right? I'm in my 30s now, where I just now told myself, bro, all that negative energy you put into a man that was doing what he was doing. I found out my mama was on, but I only believe what she said.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do. I believe it, man. I fell out with my dad at 13 because he told me he don't know if I'm his son, even though I'm his mannerism. But my mom was fooling with somebody that he didn't know. You know what I mean? And he went through that situation, so I could understand why he was feeling like I was at sea. You was doing you, but
Damn, I love that.
And then, he told me how he felt. So at that time, I was just like, hey, if you don't know, then I don't know. So then we don't need to be cool. But then God knows what's up. Like, that's your seed.
And I just developed a newfound, like, I always respected you, but like, to put it in that sense, because like, even what you just said, like, man, I'm damn sure reach out to my daddy today.
Yeah, man, just like, he don't owe you nothing. Like,
that's real, man.
He lay down, bust one for you, and that's all he needed to do, man.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Man, you can't disrespect him you came from that man lesson. You can't disrespect nobody like that.
But I know now, like, that lesson you learned, you give it to your seeds, because I see the way you love, man.
Oh, yeah.
And all girls,
I got all.
That's all emotions.
I got all.
Different.
And they all my women. They all want to be like my youngest. She too. My wife be telling me like, "That's my husband." She's like, "That's I'm like, I'm your daddy, girl." But females, for girls, as daddies, you they first love. So.
Period. Ain't no if
and you gonna set the standard. So how you treat your lady or how your kids see you treat a woman.
That's how they gonna get treated and want to get treated.
That's how they gonna want to get treated. So you gotta be mindful. I gotta be mindful. I feel like I'm the king. But I still gotta be sweet. Still gotta say something.
But I'm going through that right now, big bro. I swear to God, my woman told me that last night. Like, babe, we understand the truth. She said, but babe, I'm the glue.
Yeah.
You're the king, but I'm the glue. You're the queen. So I gotta respect, man.
You gotta respect. You gotta respect where the woman come in at. But as a man, we gotta understand. Hey, y'all, my responsibility.
Speaking of man, job. You said the biggest word that a lot of black men don't understand. Job. So your first job when you got to work.
I was in banking, so I was at Fifth Third.
I got that from you too.
Yeah, I was in
banking from you.
Yeah, I was in banking. So I was banking, doing some just taking in accounts, putting information in. Had that background. I flexed on my interview, on my resume a little bit. I worked in the taxes. And I said I was doing that seasonal, but I said I did that for 7 years. But I did. It was seasonal for 7 years, but 7 years on your resume look good at the bank. I got that job so quick, but I got fired so quick too because I was not up to par with that. And then I went on something on Indeed, got in a little collections job. I was doing student loans. Then from student loans, I did credit cards, staying collected. So I'm real good with talking business on the phone. Yeah.
But what I'm getting though, right, what led up to now, because like where you at now, I'm like, bro, it fits you.
Oh yeah.
Like this.
Oh, this.
Before I go on my phone, you ever been in jail or anything? Because people be wondering that.
Nah. I've been held, but I can talk. So I ain't kid you not. I've been caught red-handed in some situations with felons with me. You know what I mean? And I talked our situation into making them back down. So I always been blessed with the gift of gab. I can tell you about a situation. I was at Annie's.
Tell me, bro.
I'm telling them, we on the way to Annie's. We strapped with the drums, with the titties and everything. We got bags of the good. We get pulled over. He talked about my taillight was out and he wanted to search the car. I said, hey, this is a recall on my car. I showed him a little recall piece of paper. He was like, I need to check all what's on. I said, no, I'm the driver. I got it. I said, hey, this is your recall. You can look it up. Woo woo. And I was like, I'm on my way to work. You're stopping my progress. And he was like, have a good day, sir. Just get your life.
Get quick.
That quick. I'm telling you, I always been blessed with the gift. Like, even like I've been held, or you know what I'm saying. I've been in a situation where they call me back where you got to go to court. You know, you might be looking at some time, but there's always a way where you can look at. You got to do your research what somebody else got, what you finna get. I went in there and just talk. But not talking and telling, but just talk your way into. Because they 9 times out of 10 they just trying to fuck with you. Man.
So basically, you blessed with the gift of gab.
Blessed with the gift of gab, and that's not in my car.
You got blessed by your pops with that game he gave you right now. Like people would pay for that right now just to understand what he showed you.
Yeah. So
then you got blessed like this. I've been watching, bro can sell, because it was times like I ain't had no money and I wanted to come here and get a car. So that tell you like, what, bro? Like,
you remember when I wasn't, and then I left. So you probably see me when I wasn't working at the dealerships, and I was just auto broker. So I hustle. Like if somebody's looking for a car, like without this big umbrella, I'm still will find you a vehicle. Like regardless. I don't care what the car's at.
That's when hustle come in there though.
For sure.
So now, like I said, like I feel like you were speaking on like how you get into the bank, everything you were speaking on is a hustle. It's a hustle. The average person will understand work. It's a hustle.
Yeah, you gotta work. If you don't work, you don't eat. And if you got hustle, like I suggest you get into any type of sales job, because I refuse to get paid by the hour. My hour is not worth what I can do with my brain activity and selling.
And that's the same. There's a person that like drug sellers sell cars don't.
The cars kind of do sell these.
But
they need
what I say, bro. For instance, like, when you got fired, they know the car. A person can look. It don't mean just because you see SRT and all. It takes for you to build that image for them, to picture them in it, opposed to getting high.
Right.
So that's why I say like I don't think I can sell cars. I know I'm a hustler, bro. But I probably can. Let me take that back. I know I can sell cars.
Yeah. It's a skill set.
Yeah, I know I can sell cars.
Once you understand the road to the sale, it's the same. You do the same thing every time. You may be at different parts of the sale. It's a different dance with different people, different personalities. But we do the same thing every day.
So when you get into this, right? Like, I know your C's play a key part to your gift of gab. But like, what made you land into? Because you could have been doing anything with the gift of gab. You could have been criminal activity with the gift of gab. Because a lot of people take that.
Just I wanted more, bro. I just knew like the life that I was living, I was gonna end up in hella prison. I just knew, like, and then before I left Georgia, like the people I was hanging around with, everybody was just on the road of destruction. Like I felt like I was being called next. Like like
you saw it before.
I kept seeing it coming. Like, and then you know what I'm saying? Like either I was gonna hurt somebody else, somebody was gonna hurt me. Cause I'm like I was saying, we 30, 50 deep everywhere we go. We straight everywhere we go. Still to this day, it's different now because I've been knew how to move, and then now like how these young kids move now, it's like, bro, I even then I would never do half of the things that y'all do because y'all bound to get caught. I don't know if y'all want to. I don't know if y'all get caught up in street credibility, but in where we come from, bro, we was trying to always make it out.
Make it out,
not make it in. I think they want to get recruited.
And I think we're in the era now because I gotta say this from an OG perspective. Because I get called an OG now, and I be like, huh? But then I embrace that, bro, because what you were saying, it's like young guys really look up to you. Even after this interview, I know, because look where you came from, man. It's a person right now that's right now younger than us, got your same story, but a different author.
Yep, they going through it right now, hanging on the block.
But with you, even right now, like what I get from resilient,
man.
Because bro, you could have went a whole other way.
But I can say this faith, bro. I'm a true believer, bro. I feel like God has invested in all of us, like, especially us. Like, if we here today, if you see this, like, you've been invested in it, so you watching this for multiple reasons. I'm a firm believer, because like I said before, I got caught up with my crew. Like, I could tell you this other story about my faith, how that works. I had a decision where I could have got some bags. My girl was like, the girl I was dealing with, she was a trap queen, bad thing. And she would get the bowls all the way off. I give it to her, she's good. And I said, I can't do that. And then like 2 minutes after she got mad at me for telling my partner that I was gonna send them thing, no, I'm gonna figure this out. I got a call from one of my radio DJs, cousins, and said, you need a job. Like that same day, I got a job. And the crazy part was I get the job, I go to the job site, and I'm working, pulling the stuff off like it's a museum. I'm like, damn, I'm moving stuff for a museum. Not only was it a museum, it was a Bobby museum. Wow. Not only was it a Bobby museum, it was this museum called the Passages from the Green family that had artifacts at the Vatican on it.
Wow.
So
it ain't no coincidence.
It ain't no coincidence. Then so I was at this job site for like 3 months, and the Vatican came down and swooped all these artifacts up and shut down the whole thing because of what they were showing the public. So I'm a true believer, like even with that story saying like once you put that faith into action and say, you know, when you ask, you shall receive. And I was asking for all this and I was receiving it. It's like manifestation, like some people call it manifestation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real. Like, it's real, like, but the power of the tongue is real. All that stuff, those cliche sayings, all of it's real.
Because words is spells.
Words are
put a spell on your own self.
We put spells on our own self.
That's like one of them is, and I don't knock nobody, good morning.
Yep.
That's
a spell.
Even like, and I was trying not to say it, but I don't knock people for that. Like even like certain stuff is just the tongue is powerful, people.
Tongue is powerful, man. What you speak is in existence. Like you keep saying, I'm having a bad day.
You're gonna believe it. You're gonna believe it.
You're gonna have a bad day. You know, if you keep waking up in the morning and say, I'm the one that flies, God's walking,
you're gonna move that way. Because today, right, like, and I'm glad, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, because this interview posted did happen. Yeah. Like, I've been going through so much, right? But I don't believe in embracing negative energy. I don't believe in it. And I learned what you said. Even on a bad day, I wake up feeling good.
Yeah, you got to. Like, one thing that helped me out, I got a book of thanks. So, like, before I complain about anything that's going on in my day, like, previously in life when I was just developing who I wanted to be as a man, I was just giving myself thanks. Like, what am I thankful for that day? And then I got a whole book. So now I got like hundreds of pages. So before I can complain, I can read a book that say, today I'm very thankful because this. Today I'm very thankful because I made it home safe. Today and then when I read it, it just empowers me and it's like,
I love that.
How dare I complain when I got all these things that I can be thankful for right here, even though I'm having a shit.
Man, one complaint can't outweigh all that.
Wow. None of that.
One complaint can't outweigh all that.
You gotta stay in tune to our creator because, man, we here for multiple reasons.
And I love the creativity behind it because, like, for the music, right? People get artists confused, but we mean it first.
Oh yeah.
Cause they think like, but I work.
You like, gotta work, man.
Like I work.
Man, you gotta work. Like, I know it seemed lame, they gonna get you a job. It sound like that, but it's lame when you broke.
Being broke way lamer than having a job.
Like when you broke, like I'm talking about, like you can't. Your kid need a new pair of shoes, and you can't really go get a pair of shoes. Like that shit do something to me as a man. Like that do something to me. Like I can see it, and then you gotta get it. Like there's young cats that I know. I don't get it. They sit back and say, I ain't working, big bro. I don't got it. Or they be on these songs, capping, talking about, oh, I be driving this and driving that, but don't be having enough money to put in a gas tank.
So that don't make sense.
Don't make no sense.
That's why, like where you at now, like your energy, right? When we first pulled up, you could just feel it. You can tell, like, this where you at. I ain't gonna say this where you belong because I know it's way a bigger picture. But car salesman, right? Like, that seemed like the perfect job for you. But that's the number one hustle for real. That's the thing, bro. That contraption right there, right? People need that.
need it.
They need that.
Every day. That's how I look at it. Like, every day somebody buy a car. I just gotta figure out how they gonna buy it for me. Every one of them, every day.
And that mentality, right? Period. That's what people should wake up on in the morning. Or rise to in the morning.
But you gotta have a purpose. Like I'm just glad that I found like something I'm good at, that I love. And like I said, I'd rather sell 1 million cars than 1 million records. Even when I started selling cars, like the crazy part is I started selling cars back in 18, so I've been doing this for like 5 years now, right? When I started, I had no marketing plan, nothing, no commercial. They just threw me out there. And I wasn't doing music no more. I was just cool, and I was just like, I don't know. But then I made a song, Dodge Boys. And they was like, you made that record? I was like, yeah. They was like, why a dude right there that just bought that Dodge want that song in his car right now? So I was just like, the music can sell products. That's what I noticed about when I was doing this. Like, if your music can't sell a product, what we doing?
What you doing?
You don't got no clear message, no product. What we doing? You just. So that's how I got back into the music game. I did the Dodge Boy record just to see if I can get some more sales, and it picked up. I got more momentum, and then I did a Ram Jam session.
Right.
That picked up momentum.
Right.
And then now it's just like, when people come see me, they like, Ram on it, who got the keys to the Jeep? I'm singing a song about the speaker systems in the car, and that's just commercially just doing it here.
So you basically, you took your artistry, you took your boss, you took your creativity and your creativeness, and put them all in the one.
Put it all together. See? And this is what happened when I did all that. I got my first article, that I got, and that explains it all. Like, that was my first article.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Can I keep this?
Yeah, you can keep that. Yeah. That's
My dog.
First article, man.
So I see, man, basically like big things. So we about to do a little walk around to one of them, right? Because we still building, but like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I got a new fan. I always heard this, like I said.
Yeah, man.
Knowing your story, bro, like I could say I took something from today. For especially the game you gave. I always wear hats, right? But I never looked at them in that way. Because I wear many hats right now.
Yeah.
But, and I also took from you, right? A hustler. And I always do this, but seeing it, a hustler don't just trap. A hustler don't just answer phones. That's the true definition, true form of it.
True form.
You can take a word and sell it to a book.
Man.
That's the true hustler.
The follow-up game gotta be strong, man. You gotta.
And you do it like, look who we do it for, the motivation behind it. You see what I'm saying?
Do it for the seeds, man.
Do it for the seeds so they can grow and they can plant other seeds. That's what life about. That's all Big Brother talking about. Like, he ain't saying nothing, like, he ain't come over here capping, talking about, you know.
Nah, man, nah.
Working don't hurt nothing.
Nah, it don't, man.
It solves.
It definitely solves a lot of problems. I mean, shit. Don't nobody, my dad, man, I'm telling, like I said, my dad, don't know, he tell me this all the time, like, don't nobody owe you shit. Not your mama, not your daddy, and especially not no bitch.
You. Only you owe yourself.
Only you.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm ready to walk around and start building. We in this environment, man.
We here, they at work, man. We here.
I can't wait, because it's, and like, we gonna talk about something, because this is something I want y'all to know about y'all favorite car too, bro, that y'all ain't. Bro just gave me some game on it.
Hey, last calls, man. Hey, this is the last call for them, hey, SRT, Hellcats, Scat Packs. You better get them while you can, because, hey, man, they discontinue, man. They discontinue.
Yo, you made this?
BPMG. You niggas gangster with your thumbs, nigga. Pussy with your tongue, nigga.
Excited.
I'll slide through with that drum, nigga. 100 rounds up, knock down your home, nigga. Yeah. Cause I ain't beefing on no social sites. I spend your band bar day and night. These VVS, you know it's sights. Yeah. Price tag on your